Hello guys, and welcome back to BreakIN, the path of the aspiring comic book artists. This is episode 7, and again, my name is Ernesto. We're recording live from the land of the hot waters in Mexico. So, yeah, the journey started a year ago, because we all graduated in May and 2014, and I mean, the idea of the channel rised when we actually graduated. That's thanks to Aries. He's the mind behind all of this. But it actually settled until now. So yeah, a year happened, a year passed, and a lot of stuff has been going on. I'm just gonna give a quick summary of what has been happening, at least in my behalf. So okay, in 2013, October 2013, I was still in school, you know, working on my third year of the curate school, and here's a quick thing. I love paintball. You know, I love paintballing and, you know, speedball and all that. If you know about it, if not, well, whatever. And I started working for a paintball company called Social Paintball. I'm doing a comic book for them. I showed some art, so this paintball girl that I did, and I just posted it on their wall. And, you know, the owner looked at it and he was like, "Oh man, this is awesome." And, you know, we started talking and else, and in the end we settled for a comic book run, which I'm still working on as for right now. So yeah, I started working before even graduation, and when I graduated, well, little projects like, you know, shirts design. I mean, my main project was still and is still the comic book. But, you know, since I came back from the United States to Mexico, to, you know, back to my parents, the food, and, you know, my friends and all that, which has been great. The internet has helped me a lot. So, you know, I was able to keep working for Israel, who is the, you know, the owner of Social Paintball, doing this comic book, and still getting some more work for these local companies, or, you know, private commissions and stuff like that. But then a guy from Australia reached me through Social Paintball. He was like, "Hey man, you know, I really like your paintball stuff, so what about you working with me? You know, we can settle for a couple of projects, a couple of logos, you know." And I was like, "Yeah, sure, let's do it." I mean, of course, my main goal is comic books, you know, and as I say in my first entry, filmmaking and else. But back to art, I don't mind, as for right now, since I'm starting and else, working for other topics like logos, or like, you know, some designs for shirts or stuff like that. In the end, you know, they give money, and, you know, everybody has to pay bills. So, you know, it's a way to start. I'm still doing comic books. Again, you know, this little comic book is, I mean, it's nothing big, but it's something, and it keeps me improving, you know. So, yeah, Australia guy. And then, a couple of months later, a friend of mine who is studying filmmaking, he was gonna, she already graduated from Chicago. She went to study, you know, films in Chicago, and she reached me. He was like, "Yeah, Ernesto, we need a storyboard artist. What about you working with us?" And I was like, "Okay, yeah, that sounds awesome." So she, you know, enrolled me into this short film project for these guys who were gonna do their thesis films in India. So okay, I'm doing storyboards for people working in India and for people working in Chicago, and everything has been, you know. Everything is done in my little office here, you know, in Mexico. You know, internet is awesome. So I've been working comic book, a guy in Australia, a couple of logos in the United States, a couple of logos here in Mexico, storyboards for these guys who went to India. They're from the United States, but they went to India. And I mean, a little deeper into that topic, they were students. And they were like, "Okay, Ernesto, so I mean, we're students and we do have a budget, but it's very limited. So would you mind working not for free, but, you know, if we pay you until the very end?" And I think to myself, okay, I mean, my teachers in the QA school, they all told me, okay, guys, you know, there's gonna be a moment where you're gonna have to work for free, or where you're gonna have to work for, a shitty pay rate. And to me, this was one of those moments. But to me, working for these people was also an investment. It was like, okay, I want to get into the film industry. I like doing storyboards. I like doing comics and stuff. But, as for now, they, just like me and my friends, are climbing the ladder in order to get into the film industry. So I go, if I work for them, even if the pay rate is shitty, or even if they don't pay me at all, it's an investment, because they're gonna get to know my work. I'm gonna get involved with them, and if they get very happy with me, they may recommend me, and my name may start to go around the place. Even though they're students and they're young and they're I'm not gonna say nobody's just yet, because I don't really know them that well, but you know what I mean. They're starting as well. It was an investment for me, so I was like, yeah, sure, let's do it. And it was a hit, at least, not in a bad way. It was a good hit, in my behalf, because I worked for them. They were really happy, and they paid me, and they gave my name to other filmmakers doing their thesis work, and other already graduates in filmmaking. So I started working on more storyboards for more directors and more small groups of people doing short films or thesis and stuff like that. And money started to flow in that sense. Not that much, but hey, it's a start. So I can say that my name is already there, at least. And I already finished my third project for storyboards. I'm gonna start working on my fourth project for storyboards, and I already did a bit of concept art for one of them and else, which has been great, a great experience, and everything from here, Of course, I would love to eventually maybe go there to the set or the locations and stuff like that, because it's more fun to work like that, to work face to face with your clients. It's always better, but the internet helps a lot. Skype season, Skype chat, what am I saying? Skype seasons, or like Facebook, or the email, it works wonders. And for me, PayPal, the PayPal thing, the PayPal website, has been awesome. So yeah, as for right now, working on the comic, I'm still doing storyboards, and hopefully more as I go on. I'm gonna finish the comic book soon, hopefully this September, August, so that I can finish with Israel, and keep going. I really want to go to New York City Comic Con, New York Comic Con this October. I already have my ticket and all of that. So if I finish the comic book, I may be able to show my work to other artists in the New York Comic Con. I already made a couple of months ago, I also made my business cards and stuff like that. So it's a way to give your name away. Even here in Aguascalientes, I'm giving my card to my friends and stuff like that, because you never know where the hit is gonna come, where another potential client and stuff like that. You never know, so you might as well be ready, I guess. That was a big summary, I guess, for the past year. And well, stay tuned for the channel. My next entry is gonna be in around 2 weeks, and the next person in the camera, we're gonna go back all the way up to the United States, to Yonkers, and Damien Dimitri Torres is gonna hold the microphone for the next episode. So stay tuned. Thank you so much, guys. Be sure to share, comment, subscribe. Any questions you may have, just put them in YouTube, or my social media is gonna be again in the description box. Thanks so much. Have a great one.